Hello and welcome. This is the QTV Nightly News coming to you from our studios on Kairaba Avenue, and I am Ade Darami. Thanks for joining us. And here are the main news headlines. A day after resigning from the United Democratic Party, Mamadou Sabally, the former UDP campaign manager, has officially joined the National People's Party, and he met President Barrow at State House today. 40 women from Africa, Asia and Latin America on Wednesday wrapped up 3 days training on access to markets and management of management tales for women-owned businesses and cooperatives in the Gambia. Contractors working on the OIC Bertel Harding Highway project expressed optimism that the project will be complete by April next year at the latest. The Gambia Public Procurement Authority gathered stakeholders on Thursday to disseminate and validate the newly developed Electronic Government Public Roadmap and Strategy. And in international news, Mali's ancient city Timbuktu is defying a jihadist siege to stage a festival, attracting musicians from across Mali. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. A day after resigning from the United Democratic Party, Mamadou Sabally has officially joined the National People's Party. The former UDP campaign manager confirmed the move after a closed-door meeting with President Barrow, together with his family and some executive members of the NPP. QTV's Mamadou Lamin Choi has the latest from State House.
It is often said that neither friendship nor enmity lasts forever, and that he who is a friend today may be an enemy tomorrow. This is once again being proven in Gambian politics as we watch a one-time political adversary of the ruling party switch his allegiance to the NPP. Having resigned from the United Democratic Party, Mamadou Sabally, together with his family and friends, is in a closed-door meeting with President Adama Barrow and some top officials of the National People's Party. The meeting went on for less than an hour, followed by a photo opportunity, which ends with a handshake between the president and his new political ally. Coming next is a media briefing which begins with a major announcement from the former UDP campaign manager, Mamadou Sabally.
I have decided today to join the National People's Party. I am committed to the agenda of the leader of that great party and his executive.
Mr. Sabally, who was a staunch executive member of the United Democratic Party, expresses his gratitude to the UDP, his former party's leader, and the members of the party for, unquote, the love, solidarity and support he had enjoyed from them over the past years. In his own words, it is now time to move on.
And I believe that President Barrow and his team can move that agenda forward, but they cannot do it alone. President Barrow has said that he wants everybody on his team. I have joined. I am calling on those people who believe in me to join this bandwagon for peace, progress and development.
It took some executive members of the NPP more than a year to secure this political point. We are told that the team behind this development include the NPP's National Treasurer Musa Drame, Deputy Spokesperson Sidi SK Njai and Haji Baniko Sisoho. Sidi SK Njai, on behalf of the National People's Party, conveys this message from the President.
And he believes Mr. Mamadou Sabally as a young person who have vast knowledge and wealth of experience in politics. And he personally welcomed him and admitted him to the National People's Party and assured him that both him and Mamadou Sabally and every member of the National People's Party were equal before the party. And what is important to work together as members of the party and deliver the promise that President Adama Barrow promised Gambians to usher in an unprecedented development in all spheres.
From this press briefing, the National Deputy President of the NPP, Dr. Demba Sabally, presents Mamadou Sabally a gift from his new party in the form of a Ford Ranger pickup vehicle. In the previous government, Mr. Sabally worked in various high-profile positions rising through the ranks to the position of Secretary General and Head of the Civil Service and Minister of Presidential Affairs. It has been a dramatic turn of events, hasn't it? Because in the last 24 hours, we witnessed the resignation of a prominent opposition figure from a major political party. Today, in another episode following that development, is a political defection involving the same man as he takes his first step in Gambia's ruling party. Mahmoud Lamin Choi, QTV News, State House.
Interesting political news there. Be nice to see how that one develops. Now in other news, 40 women from Africa, Asia and Latin America were training on access to markets and management of value chains for women-owned enterprises and cooperatives in the Gambia. The 3-day training wrapped up on Wednesday. Our colleague Mamadou Gajaga attended and he now reports.
With support from the Islamic Center for Development and Trade Facilitation Office of Canada, these women from OIC English-speaking countries in Africa, Asia and Latin America had undergone a 3-day training, access to markets and management of value chains for the benefit of women-owned enterprises. Ndei Awasise from the Gambia and Najid Achi from Nigeria gave testimonies of the training.
And I believe all the knowledge that has been gained here will not just be something that we will use now, but it will go a long way now and the future. And my special gratitude goes to our professor for being so accommodating. And a lot has happened, a lot of information was shared, but you were very, very accommodating.
And I personally am grateful for all of the knowledge that has been impacted on me. And I believe all the women, we've made nice connections. Azerbaijan, Guyana, Mozambique, and different Sierra Leone. I haven't attended an event or seen an event that carries people from different continents. Next time we come, OIC, ICDT, we promise you won't be disappointed for investing in us for this training.
The Minister of Trade, Industry, Regional Integration and Employment, Babukar Ismail Ajuf, hailed the training as a success, which gives women added skills to boost their businesses.
You came here with skills. Those skills have been sharpened. So you're going back better able to produce, but I believe you are wiser in terms of accessing other markets. So as a result, as you leave this training hall, I urge you, I implore you to invoke all your creativity.
Two institutions who were key partners in facilitating the training, the Islamic Center for Development, ICTD, and Trade Facilitation Office of Canada, TFO representatives, shared their involvement with the training and how it has contributed to its success. Amin Lagidi, TFO Canada Associate, and Mamadou Sal, Assistant Director General of the Islamic Center for Development.
We learned about warehousing, not just actually as a way how to optimize our costs, but also as a way how to optimize our quality, as a way also how to build new networks and challenge actually ourselves and go to new markets. But most importantly, we learned to trust ourselves.
This workshop has been a significant opportunity for us to gain a deeper understanding of the needs and the concerns of the women entrepreneurs in the OIC English-speaking countries, particularly regarding the empowerment of the improvement of market access conditions and the leveraging of trade and investment.
In a colorful ceremony at the end of the training, participants were presented with certificates. Mamadou Gajaga, QTV News.
Really good story there. Nice to see people coming from so many countries converging here in the Gambia. Now, contractors working on the OIC Bertel Harding Highway project on Thursday expressed optimism that the project will be complete in April next year at the very latest. They also revealed that the Bertel Harding Highway will be opened from Airport Junction to Kotu to help ease traffic during the festive period. More on this report by Ansumana S. Onyasi.
Following the recommencement of work, contractors have been accelerating work to complete before the deadline agreed with government. However, they express optimism that they will complete all works by April next year, barely a month before the OIC summit. Giving a progress update, El Safi El Fabul, the project's resident engineer, says over 70% of the work has been completed, signifying notable progress heading into the new year. So far, almost 50% of the work on Phase 2 of the Battle Harding Highway is almost complete, as they have covered from Senegambia to Palmarima Junction.
We are happy to tell you that all main works have been done. Bridge over Bus 1 and over Bus 2. Over Bus 1 at Oldiondo finished more than 98%. Uptown remaining only few and accessories. And over Bus 2 also around more than 95% have been finished at Turntable. And we have 8 roundabouts. Now we finish up to Balmarima, maybe asphalted and open before Christmas.
Ndenenying, Health, Safety, Environment and Social System Manager of the project, and Malang Jamme, Material Engineer in charge of quality and safety of the project, also expressed satisfaction with the progress of works. And they revealed that by next week, the Battle Harding Highway from Airport Junction to Kotu will be open for road users to help ease traffic congestion within the Greater Banjul area during the festive period.
We're going to open the Brusubi Turntable. We're going to open the roundabout and all the connected roads, and then the same thing will happen around Palmarima. Right now, our program is we have started the cement stabilization around Palmarima.
There are different pavements on this road. The first is the roadbed pavement, which we have to achieve at least 95%. The second layer is subgrade, which we have to get 96% compaction. The third layer is the subbase, which is 97%. And the last layer, and not the least, is the base course material, which is actually 98% compaction of laterite, cement stabilized. And the other 2 subsequent pavement on top of the cement stabilized is the binding wire, which is 5 centimeter thick, and the wiring course, which is 5 centimeter.
As the stretch of road has already seen several accidents in the past few weeks, they also implored drivers to respect traffic and safety rules by adhering to speed limits and exercise patience.
We had 3 accidents, 2 at Kasumai and 1 at restaurant. And this, if you go to the incident, you will realize that it's all about recklessness.
We have set a criteria. Minimum speed limit of this road, highway, is 40 kilometers per hour. The maximum is 80 kilometers.
Meanwhile, work from Kotu Junction to the overhead bridge at Traffic Lights Fajara is also ongoing and is expected to be completed in the coming months. Once completed, the OIC Battle Harding Highway project is expected to improve existing road capacity, enhance safety and reduce travel times. It is also expected to improve access to markets, social and health services, and foster employment opportunities. The project is being implemented in anticipation of the hosting of the OIC Summit. It is also in line with government's National Development Plan and is expected to directly benefit more than 500,000 people. Ansman Nyasi for KTV News.
Excellent news for those of us who actually live on that road. Now we'll go for a commercial break, and when we return, we will have national and international news. So do stay tuned.
It's already the festive season at Batimat. End the year in style with our exceptional offers. From December 20th to 23rd, we are having a flash sale. Take advantage of discounts up to 30% off on tiles and sanitary. Hurry up and head over to Batimat. Batimat, welcome home.
The Birth Registration Unit under the Ministry of Health is pleased to inform the public that routine birth registration services have resumed across the Gambia. Following the successful introduction of the new electronic civil registration of births and issuance of National Health Insurance Card in 2022, the Ministry of Health will be issuing birth certificates at designated health facilities across the Gambia. All eligible Gambians, especially parents of eligible children, are encouraged to walk into health facilities to obtain a birth certificate for themselves and their children. To be eligible for a birth certificate, you must meet at least one of the following requirements: be born in the Gambia to one or both Gambian parents, be born in the Gambia to parents who are non-Gambians, be born in the Gambia to parents who are refugees resident in the Gambia, be born outside the Gambia to one or both Gambian parents. Those who wish to obtain a birth certificate need at least one of the following documents: infant welfare card, antenatal card for newborn, alkalos attestation endorsed by district chief or mayor, old birth certificate elongated. At least one of the following supporting documents from one or both parents will also be required: birth certificate, Gambian National Identity Card, infant welfare card, passport, death certificate, residential permit or non-Gambian identity card, refugee ID card. The Ministry of Health and partners wish to remind all Gambians that birth registration is a fundamental right of every child. Therefore, all parents and guardians are strongly encouraged to obtain a birth certificate for their children. Remember, birth registration for children under 5 years of age is free.
Hello and welcome back. And if you're just joining us, you're watching QTV News and I am Ade Darame. Now, in a major boost to address challenges associated with public procurement, the Gambia Public Procurement Authority gathered stakeholders on Thursday to disseminate and validate the newly developed Electronic Government Public Roadmap and Strategy. Our colleague Aliou Cisse has more.
A significant chunk of government expenditure goes on procurement, and due to the way it has been conducted so far, has led to frequent allegations of massive corruption and financial mismanagement. With support from the World Bank Finance Gambia Fiscal Management Development Project, the GPPA, through the services of consultants, carried out a detailed electronic government procurement readiness assessment and developed a detailed strategy and roadmap, including the system's specification for a fully functional e-government procurement system. Fode Mjaite, the Director General of the Gambia Public Procurement Authority, said the findings and recommendations from this assessment are intended to guide and support the procurement reform activities in the Gambia. Some of the identified weaknesses in the procurement system include non-compliance with the public procurement framework and inadequate transparency due to limited public disclosure over a wide range of procurement practices.
At the helm of this initiative is our visionary president, His Excellency Adama Barrow, whose unwavering commitment to innovation has propelled us towards this day today. As he initiated this transformation with a request to the World Bank to ensure a more efficient and transparent future. In the fast evolving landscape of public procurement, the significance of e-procurement system cannot be overemphasized, overstated. It stands as the cornerstone of our commitment to excellence.
Lamin Kamara, Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, and Julde Cisse, Deputy Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, respectively, said the system is expected to reduce administrative costs and stimulate efficiency in operations as they welcome the reform. They gave assurances of their respective ministries' support to the implementation of the new system.
We believe integrating ICTs would improve fair competition, but also lessen human influence when it comes to decision making, the likes of favoritism or the ills that that would defeat the integrity of the whole process.
A strong public procurement system is central to a well-functioning public finance management system and good public sector governance. Public procurement, as well known, plays a pivotal role in the efficient functioning of government and public entities.
GPPA is an autonomous agency of the government responsible for the regulation and monitoring of public procurement in the Gambia. Currently, there are about 203 procurement organizations, including project coordination units, SOEs, and subsidized agencies that have authority to conduct public procurement. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
I think that's one we'll all be keeping an eye on, procurement. Now, the acting executive director of the Gambia Family Planning Association, GFPA, Mamadou Njai, has called on government and health sector stakeholders to prioritize reproductive health by investing more in family planning education. He was speaking at the opening of a forum on reproductive health for local government authorities in the Kanifing municipality. And Sumana Esonyasi, here again.
This day-long session seeks to increase awareness of community leaders on the benefits of family planning and how they can contribute to reproductive health financing through their offices to benefit their respective communities. Maudou Njai, Acting Director of the Gambia Family Planning Association, says the need to increase efficient and effective funding for reproductive health is central to meeting national goals such as unmet needs for family planning among women within the reproductive age, adding that this will help prevent 251,000 unintended pregnancies, 1,357 maternal deaths, and 80,563 unsafe abortions by end 2030.
As the unmet need for family planning stands at 24% among married women and the demand above 40% among adolescents, it is therefore evident that there is need to address this challenge quickly and effectively as a means to achieve some of our development challenges.
And as he thanks UNFPA for supporting their activities, Mr. Njai calls for more commitment to addressing family planning challenges in the Gambia.
We are aware that access to voluntary family planning requires commitment from a broad range of partners, men as well as women, religious and traditional leaders, international organizations, government, civil society, and the media, as the right to family planning permits the enjoyment of other rights, including the right to health, education, and the achievement of a life with dignity.
The CEO and Deputy Mayor of KMC, Paset Sise, and Binta Jane Jallo, respectively, welcomed the initiative and gave assurances of Council's unwavering support to national reproductive health endeavors.
The KMC places great concern on family issues, considering or putting into consideration the size of the municipality, harboring almost 30 to 40% of the country's population.
So I was part of the AIDS committee, chairman of the AIDS committee, chairperson. But still, when we talk to people and sensitize them, they doesn't believe that AIDS is existing. So with this one-day workshop, inviting the committee leaders, that's councillors and alcalde, is going to play a significant role on this.
Reproductive health is dedicated to the improvement of reproductive health and well-being across the lifespan of all women. Reproductive health implies that people are able to have a satisfying and safe sex life and that they have the capability to reproduce and the freedom to decide if, when, and how often to do so. Answane Sonyase for KTV News.
Yet another interesting and important initiative there. And coming up next, we have news from beyond our borders. Do stay tuned. And this is one that's right up my street. Mali's ancient city, Timbuktu, is defying a jihadist siege to stage a festival. As Jennifer Sonko reports, at the event, musicians from across Mali took to the stage to entertain the public.
Aside from musicians entertaining the gathering, dozens of traders and local artisans showed their merchandise on colorful rows of stands, selling everything from traditional ornaments to food. The Living Together Festival has become a major event here since it was first organized 8 years ago with support from the UN mission in Mali, MINUSMA. But the main goal of the festival has always been about fostering dialogue. It brings together members of different communities for debates about a range of topics. This time, a special focus was on female entrepreneurship. The question frequently asked was, with such volatile security conditions in a region under siege, why hold this festival this year? It's needed more than ever because it's something to help lift people's spirits and it brings a lot of support to the local economy, says Salaha Maiga, director of the festival and a member of the National Transitional Council, Mali's interim parliament, appointed after the military seized power in 2021. Timbuktu has been under blockade by the Al-Qaeda-affiliated group. Jama'at Nusrat al-Islami wal-Muslimi since the late August. Timbuktu, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a site of Islamic learning on the edge of Sahara Desert, has been surrounded by violence since French forces liberated it from militants in 2013 after an uprising. Also, Timbuktu is renowned for its iconic structures, madrasas, that have significantly shaped Islamic civilization and its invaluable collection of manuscripts. The UN estimates that at least 33,000 people have been displaced around Timbuktu since the crisis began, but the rate of people fleeing has slowed down after 49 civilians were killed in an attack on a boat while trying to leave the city. Thanks to the mediation of local community chiefs, the jihadists agreed to ease the blockade of Timbuktu and let food trucks in. For a couple of weeks, optimism returned to the city and flights from the capital Bamako resumed. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jennifer Sonko.
As I said, they're great to hear about culture returning to Timbuktu. Now, before we end this bulletin, here's a quick recap of the headlines. A day after resigning from the United Democratic Party, Mamadou Sabali, the former UDP campaign manager, has officially joined the National People's Party and met President Barrow at the State House today. 40 women from Africa, Asia and Latin America on Wednesday wrapped up 3 days training on access to markets and management of value chain for women-owned enterprises and cooperatives in the Gambia. And contractors working on the OIC Bertel Harding Highway project expressed optimism that the project will be complete by April next year at the latest. The Gambia Procurement Authority gathered stakeholders on Thursday to disseminate and validate the newly developed electronic government public roadmap and strategy. And in international news, Mali's ancient city Timbuktu is defying a jihadist siege to stage a festival which is attracting musicians from across Mali. Now, before we go, we have a late notice from the State House. This is the Office of the President, and it says that Monday, the 25th of December, and Tuesday, the 26th of December, as well as Monday, the 1st of January 2024, are public holidays throughout the Gambia. This is in observance of the upcoming Christmas and New Year's feasts. And the President says he seizes this opportunity to wish Christians in the Gambia and around the world a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year in advance. And that's all we have on this news. Join us again at 10 p.m. for another news bulletin. Thanks for watching.